During this time that we have tonight, we are going to be talking about using the Genealogy Center website and catalog to make the most out of your searches and just how you can kind of soak up the full depth of resources that we have available. Before we dive in, we'll just mention a few facts about the Genealogy Center, kind of what makes us stand out. So, we have a very large physical space, which measures in at 42,000 square feet. And this space holds 1.34 million physical items. So this includes over 500,000 books and just under 800,000 rolls of microfilm and microfiche. And along with this immense collection of physical items that we have 5 million digital records. So this amounts to over 6 million records in total that we have. And it's important to mention that everybody is welcome here at the Genealogy Center, whether you're just beginning your family history journey or whether you're an experienced researcher. So we want you to be successful and we're here to help. And as our collection continues to grow, it grows by more than 1,000 items each month. It's always a good idea to browse our online catalog and our digital collections and explore the new additions. So we're going to start with the website, and then in the later part of the program, we'll focus on the catalog. So this is the main page of our website, which you can access directly at genealogycenter.org. Um, at this, at the very top left here is where you'll find our social media links. So we have our Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube up here, and we're always sharing upcoming programs, items from our collections, genealogy search tips. So make sure you're following us there on social media. And below that, you'll see the menu. So there's a little house right here, and um, that will take you home to the main ACPL website. And then we have some additional menus about the Genealogy Center, genealogy services, programs, and more, which we'll dive into in a bit. So next is this link that you'll see up here, have a question, click here to ask a genealogy librarian. And that will take you to a page with our contact information. So you can see here our address, our phone number, and email address. And then if you scroll down, there is a contact form. So you can enter your information and your question and send us a message. So again, we're glad to help, so don't hesitate to contact us with any questions, whether you're looking for a specific book or item in our collection, or if you're looking for a certain type of record and you're not sure where to go. We're glad to provide suggestions and recommendations and offer assistance that way. We go back to the main page and we scroll down a little bit. You'll see 4 tabs. So there's one here for our resources, one for family history archives, one for our services, and one for planning your visit. And we're going to explore those in just a minute. But going further down the page, you'll see some quick links here for some of our databases, including our periodical source index down here, our Native American Gateway, and our African American Gateway databases. That's a quick overview of the home page. And now we are going to explore some of the links. So the red button for our resources, that will take you to a page that looks like this. So we have our on-site databases and our free databases. And so the on-site databases, those are going to be the ones that are licensed by outside vendors. And these are only accessible when you are in person here at the Genealogy Center. So when you're here, you can access those by using one of our computers or by using our Wi-Fi on your own device. So we have a total of 23 licensed databases. So there are millions and millions of records at your fingertips. So these include things like Ancestry, MyHeritage, Fold3. We also have databases that focus in specific areas. And one of them is Archive Digital right here. And that is a database for Swedish genealogy research. Another is Find My Past, which is a UK-based database. So that's a great place to go if you're researching British, Irish, and Scottish ancestors. And we have a number of African American databases as well. African American newspapers, African American heritage. We have American Indian newspapers, a Jewish Life in America database. We also have several of the larger newspaper databases, including America's Genealogy Bank, newspapers.com, and Newspaper Archive. So there is a very large amount of resources within our licensed databases to explore. So we'll scroll down here, and then next we have our free databases. And these are ones that can be accessed for free from anywhere. The library and its volunteers have put together or received the free databases as donations, and we're able to make these available, and you can search each database independently. So starting here from the top, we have our microtext catalog, and that is a searchable listing of microfilm and microfiche available in the Genealogy Center. So if you click on the microtext catalog, you can search by locality, by specialty records, ethnic, or other records to see what we have available there. So just as an example, I'll start with a search under locality records, and I'll pick counties. So hopefully you can see the pop-up here that allows me to choose the state and the county. So I'm going for Ohio and Hamilton County, and then I can hit search. So when I do that, I can easily view the full list of microfilm that we have for that county. So we have several rolls of cemetery records, a large number of church records, land records, newspapers. So that's a great place to go to sort out what we have and maybe make a list of the film that you might want to view when you come visit. Our microfilm also appears in our general library catalog, but it's a little bit easier sometimes to just search within our microtext catalog to find that specific information. So we will go back and continue to look at our free databases. So next on the list is our African American Gateway. It's a growing resource for African American research, and it includes information from the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean, as well as a few other countries. So the links to websites in this gateway are paired with a bibliography of resources for African American research in the Genealogy Center collection. So I have a few ways to go here, but just as an example search, I can click on US states, and then it gives me an interactive map here, and I'll click on Ohio. So when I do that, first you'll see a list of linked websites here that will be helpful for researching African Americans in Ohio. And there is a link, 19th century Black Cincinnatians you should know, the African American Experience in Southern Ohio, the African American Genealogy Group of the Miami Valley, and a number of others. So scrolling down, you'll see a bibliography or a list of books here that might be helpful for getting started with your African American research in this area in Ohio. So all of the books have a call number next to them that you can use for tracking them down while you're here in the Genealogy Center. So general resources are listed first towards the top, and then if you keep scrolling down, you'll find that there are books listed under the various counties in the state. So going back to our free databases list, And that was just a quick example of a search on that database. There's a lot more to explore there, but we're kind of going at a faster speed this evening to be able to cover everything. So next we have our Allen County, Indiana resources. So you can see here at the top left, we have indexes to marriage records, death records. If you have any ancestors in Fort Wayne and Allen County, this is the place to go. We have cemetery records, coroner's records, church records, government materials, and that includes an extensive collection related to the Fort Wayne Fire Department, which is really interesting. The materials also feature a really great collection of digitized yearbooks that we have. You'll find those under the school records heading here. We have histories of local companies and a lot more. So one of the most utilized features here within our Allen County database is our obituary index. So that is right here, Fort Wayne and Allen County area obituary index. So this index has two parts. So depending on what time period you're searching, you can either choose 1837 to 1899 or 1900 to 2023. And there are more than 780,000 records just in this database alone. So once I choose my time period, I can type in the name of the individual. So I'm going to type in Bill Blass. So he was a Fort Wayne native and fashion designer. So I'll search for him in the obituary index. And there he is. So there's his name. And it says that his obituary will appear on page 6B in the News Sentinel on June 13th, 2002. So I have my newspaper citation, and now I can head over to the microfilm cabinets here in the Genealogy Center to pull the News Sentinel for that date and capture that obituary that I'm looking for. So if you're not able to make it into the Genealogy Center, you can order obituaries, and the email address is listed right here. It's genealogy@acpl.info. So you're welcome to send us the complete citation and request that obituary, and the cost is $2.50 per obituary. So we'll be glad to get those to you. So definitely recommend further exploration of our Fort Wayne and Allen County resources if you're local or if you have ancestors from this area. So that was a quick overview, and now we're back at our listing of free databases. So the next two are Family Bible Records and Family Resources. And in the Family Bible Records section, we have transcriptions and images from family Bibles that were donated here to the Genealogy Center. And this also includes extra information that that may have been inserted into the Bibles, like newspaper clippings or photos or funeral cards. So when you click on the Bible record page here, you see that the Bibles are linked alphabetically at the left, and then on the right, you can search for them by surname. So I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom, and we are going to take a look at the, let's see here, Anthony and Mary Penrose Wayne Family Bible. So when you click on that one, you get a little bit of information here about the Bible. This tells us that the library acquired the Bible in 1994, and it came with a letter about General Anthony Wayne. There's more than 60 years of family information recorded in this Bible, and this excerpt gives information about its journey through the family and the generations that are recorded. So you can then click on the images that are linked here below and view the original information. So I'll click here. So I get the cover page of the Bible first, and I can click next and keep scrolling through. Here is the family information, and we won't read that out, but that just gives you a little bit of an idea about what you can find in the Bible records section. So we will make our way back, and here next is our family resources page. And this section features unique family histories and family files that have been submitted by researchers who've granted permission for their materials to be hosted on the Genealogy Center site. Here you can see that the family resources section is also organized alphabetically by surname. So I can click on surnames A through E, and maybe I want to go down here and look at the Allerton family. So this work is focused on the descendants of Isaac Allerton and Mary Norris. And at the left, I get this nice picture of the cover page and then a clickable table of contents. Also at the bottom, there is a search bar. So you can keyword search the contents of the book, and clicking on the title page, you can easily browse the text. It'll look similar to how we viewed the Bible. So you can just hit next and then start to read through the book. So if I go back and I decide I'm looking for a specific person and I want to search inside the book, I can utilize this search bar here. And it is best to enter one keyword, like a surname. So if you're looking for information on Benjamin Pratt, I would try just typing in the last name Pratt and then search. And then you can do a Control F and look for Benjamin. So we can see where he appears by doing that. So the page is linked at the left, so you can click on that. It'll take you right to the page where Benjamin appears. And then over here in the text, it gives you a little bit of a preview about what you might find. So I'm going to click on this one, and that takes me to page 40 in the book, where it talks about Lydia and Benjamin Pratt and their children. So that is a little preview of our family resources page. And we will go back, and next we have our Indiana resources. So this one is organized with general and statewide resources listed first, and then it's alphabetical by county. So this Indiana resources database represents a widely varied collection of databases that was created by researchers who have donated their work to the Genealogy Center, as well as Genealogy Center staff. So if I poke around in here, I can find a number of things, including church record books, a large amount of cemetery records. You also find things like school yearbooks, business directories, and many other items. I am going to go back and skip down here for just a second to our other states resources page, which is a very similar setup to the Indiana resources. And so this contains general resources listed first. We have other countries, and then it'll be organized by state, and then below that, alphabetical by county. So it's really easy to peruse through and find the exact state and county that you're looking for. And again, like with the Indiana Resources Database, there are a variety of record types available here. We have school records, yearbooks, cemetery records, church records. And then at the top, just for an example, under Minnesota statewide resources, we have this War of 1812 pensioners. So I'm going to click on that here, and you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. So for each item in these databases, you'll get information about where this data came from, which in this case was the U.S. Pensions Bureau list of pensioners on the roll January 1, 1883, and that's here at the Genealogy Center. And then it tells us what this index includes, which includes the pensioner's name, county of residence, type of pension, and pension certificate number, which can then be used to order a copy of the pension file from the National Archives. So then it tells us if you pull the book and view the original list of pensioners, that'll also include the pensioner's post office, the amount of monthly pension, and for some, it'll tell you the date that the pension was granted. So obviously the information will differ for each database, but you'll always want to read to see what information is available, where it came from, and where you can find more. So you'll notice the search boxes here at the bottom, which will look pretty similar for most of our free in-house databases. And then in this kind of gray box at the right, that will tell you how the database can be searched. So first, there's an option for fuzzy searching. So it tells us that it'll search for a string of characters. So searching for Smith, we'll find Smith, Smithson, Aerosmith, etc. Exact searching will only return that exact text. So searching for Smith will only find Smith. And then we have SoundX searching. So that'll search for the SoundX equivalent. So searching for Smith, we'll find Smith, Smythe, Schmidt, and so on. So those are some good hints to help with your searching. So if you aren't having luck with finding results, always try various combinations of spellings and some of those tricks. And keep checking our databases at our Indiana resources database and here at our other states resources. There's always information being added and there's always something new to explore. So we skipped one and we are going to go up here to our Native American Gateway. And it's a similar setup to our African American Gateway. So this is a resource for those who are exploring First Nations family history. And there is information here on beginning your Native American research. There's links to materials from our or from the National Archives and materials here at the Genealogy Center. So you can explore our microtext resources, the collection bibliography, explore books in our collection listed by either tribes or locations or general resources. And then there is also our Native American snapshot, which provides a little bit of an insight into some materials that might be helpful as you start your research there. So going back, another of our free databases is our Military Heritage Database. And this one includes books, images of books, pamphlets, government documents, original letters, diaries, photographs, unit histories, as well as service and pension records. So this collection of data files provides materials from the colonial era through the Afghanistan and Iraq wars. So I'm going to click here on World War II as an example. So I can search this collection and using this search box here. And again, it gives me some search tips, how I can make the most out of my searches. If I scroll down, one of the collections that I find most interesting in here is listed under photographs, and it's down here. And it is this Robert A. Kyle's U.S. Navy collection. So he was a photographer and third class petty officer. So again, I can search within this specific collection, or I can click to browse the photos. So there are lots of really interesting pictures depicting his time in the military. If you click on the photo, it'll give you a caption at the top, naval officer signing a treaty. So you can page through and explore that collection. So there's a lot of great information there in our military heritage database. So Down here, you can see we have a number of unit histories and rosters, videos. It's a large collection that is constantly growing. And now we will go back. And the next one that we'll explore is Percy, which is our periodical source index. And Percy is a subject index for local history and genealogy periodicals. And we do have some previously recorded programs that focus solely on Percy, which are available to view on our YouTube channel. So we're not going to go very in depth here, but we definitely recommend checking out those programs for a deeper dive into Percy. So again, it's a subject index, and there are more than 3.1 million citations available here. So starting from this page, there are a few ways that you can search. You can search by surname, by location, or if you know of a specific article that you're looking for or have a specific keyword that you have in mind, you can click here at the bottom to explore that. So we'll do a quick search and I'll click on United States. And then I'm taken to this page where I can choose my state and my county. So I'm going to stick with my Ohio example and click Ohio and then do Hamilton County and hit search. So once I hit search, then I receive this list of clickable categories on the left, and then the number of articles that correspond to each category are on the right here. So we have cemetery records, church records, court records, histories, obituaries, probate records, and a number of other items that we can explore. So if I was interested in something like cemetery records up here, I can click on that and then it'll give me an alphabetical listing of my results. So I can then page through my results and explore that way, or I can refine my search. So I can either refine my results by using this search box here at the very top, or I can scroll down and I get a few more options. So I can refine by article title, the name of the periodical, the year that the year that the article was published, or the name of the publisher. So if I was interested maybe in New St. Joseph Cemetery in Cincinnati, I could type that in. So I typed in the keyword Joseph and that automatically refined my results. So I have this article at the top, Finding Irish Folk in St. Joseph New Cemetery. So that's the article title. Here's the periodical. So this was published in The Tracer, volume 37, issue 2, which was June 2016. There's the ACPL call number. So that is what you'll use to find the article when you're here at the Genealogy Center, because our periodicals are bound in volumes on the shelves. And then we have the publisher information at the right, the Hamilton County chapter of the Ohio Genealogical Society. So I can use that when I'm here, again, to find it in person, or if you scroll down to the bottom, there is a link to order articles. So that'll take you right to an article order form, and you can include your citation information there and request those articles. So that is a quick exploration of Percy and just kind of illustrating a little bit of the functionality. And it's Percy offers a great ability to locate records that may not be accessible anywhere else. So things like local records or church records can sometimes be hidden treasures in these periodicals that have been published by small societies. And you might find some record sets where the copies or the information in the Percy articles are the only copies that exist. Sometimes you'll find that the originals have been destroyed or lost, and Percy can be a great help in uncovering some of those hidden gems. So that was our second to last database here. And then lastly, we have our community album. And the community album is our online photograph archive. So it spotlights the history of our Northeast Indiana community. And there are collections relating to local organizations like the United Hispanic Americans, which is our newest collection here. We have firefighter photographs, collections related to local businesses like International Harvester, and we have lots more. So my personal favorite is the Bill Blass Archive. So it includes a lot of photographs and materials related to Bill Blass, who is a Fort Wayne native and fashion designer. So there are lots of good things to explore there. And so that was kind of a quick introduction to our free databases and our on-site databases. So um, I'm going to click on the Genealogy Center logo here, and that takes me back to the main page. And then we have About the Genealogy Center. So you can take a look at the power of story. You can click on our genealogy librarians, and that gives you information about the librarian, so you can read about each person's area of research interest there. Then if you go down to our services, you'll find our contact information here. And we also offer things like consultations and group tours. So you can follow these links to read more about these services and schedule your visits. The consultations, those involve 30 minutes spent with a genealogy librarian on some portion of your research. So we can work with you and offer recommendations and advice on strategies to overcome a brick wall in your research. Also, under About the Genealogy Center is a link that says Ask a Genealogy Librarian. So we talked about this at the very beginning, but this is just another way to get to that page. So again, there's our contact information and a contact form so you can submit your questions. So then underneath that is a link to plan your visit. And this section has some introductory videos about visiting the Genealogy Center and starting your research, along with a library map, parking information, information about our hours. There's a link here to start your family tree, which takes you right to a pedigree chart that you can print off. And so there's some great information there. There are links down here under visiting Fort Wayne that takes you to their website and links to information about hotels and restaurants. So going back up here to our genealogy services tab, there's a getting started section. So that's a great place to go again for how-to videos and blank pedigree charts. And then next we have our personal consultations. And this page offers just a little bit more information on what we mentioned before. So it gives you information about what the things that we can help with and how you can book an appointment. And then again, there is a form to schedule your genealogy consultation. So you can include your contact information there, describe information about your research goals, and then you can choose a preference for a date and time that you would like to schedule your consultation. The next item under our genealogy services is our Genealogy Gems e-zine. So Genealogy Gems is a free monthly e-zine, and you can subscribe here at the right with your name and your email address, and that'll hit your inbox at the end of each month. So it contains a lot of great information about our department's collections and helpful research tips, and you can also peruse past issues here at the left, and those date all the way back to 2004. And under genealogy services, you will also find research forms. So there are 3 that are listed here, and this article fulfillment form is the first one. And that is one that you can use if you would like to request articles from Percy from our periodical source index. The research form is if you would like to request our research center to spend some time engaging with a specific research question, and they'll work to obtain primary and secondary source documents and compose a research report. So the quick search form is the last one, and that's for things like city directory lookups or military record searches, vital record searches, or other quick copy requests. So relevant fees and information about that are included on the forms, but if you're not sure which one might be best to use, just let us know and we'll be happy to help. So, and then in the middle section under genealogy services, we have our quick search guides. So we have those available to search by state, subject, or by country. So these are really handy guides. And so if you're researching British ancestors and aren't quite sure where to start within our physical collection, you might want to click on search by country and explore our British, English, and Welsh snapshot. So each of these guides includes a selective list of books from our collection that you might find helpful as you get started. So they're divided up by category. We have general resources for British and English research. Scrolling down, there's census research, church, cemetery, and religious related research. So this is a great way to become familiar with various aspects of the collection. And you can always search for more specific items in our catalog, but we'll get to that in just a bit here. So next, under genealogy services, is our discovery tools. So this provides an additional way to get to some of our research resources that we explored previously, like our African American Gateway, Allen County Resources, Family History Archive, Native American Gateway. So those are all there again as another way to get to those. The last section is programs and more, and there you can find links to our calendar. So there's upcoming genealogy programs. That takes you right to our calendar of events. So you can take a look at those and register for any that catch your interest. We also have our conferences and special events. So there are some exciting things on the horizon, which includes the Midwest African American Genealogy Institute in 2024. And then in 2025, we'll be having the International Association of Jewish Genealogical Societies Conference. So also under programs and more is our program video archive, which will take you directly to our YouTube playlist where you can find previously recorded programs there. And in the description box of each video, that's where you'll find the accompanying handout. So that pretty much covers our website with one exception. So I wanted to go to Family History Archives and talk about that. So this takes you to information about our digital book collection. So here, like it says, the Genealogy Center is active in a number of initiatives to make public domain portions of our collection available online. So we partner with Family Search and with Internet Archive to be able to make this happen. So you can click on each one of these links to explore our digital collections. So if I click on Internet Archive, that takes me right to our electronic books there. So we just surpassed a big number, which you can see here at the left. So we have over 120,000 books digitized on Internet Archive. So you can search using this search bar at the top for a specific author or specific title or location that you're looking for, or you can easily browse through. So I will just click on one here. Let's see. The Libby family in America. So I can easily page through the book and read through that information. And then if I scroll down, I can view publication and other citation information there. So it is a really valuable resource, and it, the Internet Archive and collections on the Family Search Digital Library can be used from the comfort of home, which is a great thing. So next, we will explore the catalog. So there are two search bars that you'll see at the top. There's the one at the left, which allows you to search our website, and the one at the right allows you to search our catalog. So, but the one at the right has two functions. So along with searching the catalog, you can hit this box, and it'll also give you the choice to select free databases. So I'll pick the free databases here. And so that will search within our collection of materials on our website. So I'm going to enter Fort Wayne and hit search. Let it load here. So gives me my results here. So it gives me the database, tells me where the information came from, and the number of matches for my Fort Wayne search. So I can see that I have a number of matches here in our Allen County databases. And then I can scroll down, and I have a very long list under this this search term. But so that's a great feature to explore, and it allows you to easily search under a specific surname or specific keyword to see if it might appear in our free databases. So then I can change it up and click on Research Catalog and start searching there. So I'm going to stick with my Fort Wayne keyword for right now and hit search. And that'll take me to a new tab where my results will appear. So in my search for Fort Wayne, I received over 6,000 results. So that's quite a bit. At the left, you have a variety of options that you can use here to narrow your search. So I can narrow by format and select book or electronic resource, microfilm. I can narrow by subject, by author, publication date. And then towards the bottom down here, there's also the option to sort your results by assigned branch. So the Genealogy Center has a pin next to it because that's the branch that our search is set on, which is why we got the number of results that we did, 6,557. But you can also expand this list and click on more, and you can select other branches in the system, or you can take a look at the materials in our Fine Books collection or within the Roland Center for Lincoln Research. So we'll scroll back up and we'll do another search. And this time I am going to search for the New York Genealogical and Biographical Record and hit search. So when I look at my results, I get 96. So first I get some indexes, it looks like, but I want the actual periodical. So here it is, number 8. So there's the New York Genealogical and Biographical Record. It gives me some brief information about the publisher and a little description here, a former title, and then it gives me a web link. So this says 1870 volume 1. So if I were to click on this web link, it would take me to the digitized version for 1870. But I want to click on the item first. So when I do that, I get the full information about the item, and then I get this website listing. So there's the 1870 volume 1 that we saw before we clicked on the item, and then I get a full listing of web links all the way down to 1923. So this particular periodical is digitized from 1870 to 1923. And then if I keep scrolling, I'll see this tab under holdings. So you'll see call numbers here with this information. So this tells you second floor genealogy. These are all the physical books that we have. So we have this periodical from 1870. It's a long list. So we have this one all the way up to 2023, 1870 to 2023 for the physical book, and then 1870 to 1923 for the electronic version. So if we click on, we'll do 1914. So it'll take you directly to the periodical in Internet Archive. And again, it's very easy to page through and take a look at the book. So I'm going to scroll back up and we'll do another search. So actually, we'll go back first. So here is our listing of results. So something that you'll see is there is an add to my list feature. So if you click on that, you'll get a green check mark after you click. And so we'll click on a few things here, and then you'll scroll up to the top, and under my account, there is a link for my lists. So you have your working list here, and that includes all of the items that we just clicked on. So you can remove items from your list if you decide you don't want them there anymore. And you can also configure how you would like your list to appear. So the automatic setting is brief bibliographic, but there's also an option for full bibliographic, Chicago Manual of Style, or APA. So if I click on APA, this is what it'll look like. But most people will probably want brief bibliographic because it gives you all the important information, the title, the author, and the call number should appear as well. So that makes it really easy to create a list. If you're planning a visit to the Genealogy Center and you want to make a list of items that you'd like to look at while you're here, you can do that, and you can email the list to yourself, or you can click for a printer-friendly version and print out your list. I am going to do some more searching here. So there's a variety of ways to search with our new catalog, which is very exciting. So we explored the keyword search, but there's also an advanced search option, which is helpful. So I could do Cincinnati and German. There's a lot of German heritage in Cincinnati, so I could do that and click go. So that'll return items that have to do with Cincinnati Germans. So that's an easy way to kind of refine my search and get exactly what I'm looking for. I could also do something like Cincinnati and do not baseball, and then hit go. And so it'll give me everything that has to do with Cincinnati, but not include anything related to baseball. So that's just kind of a simple example, but so these are great tools to play around with to refine your search and get exactly what you're looking for. So if I go back to the keyword search, another exciting thing that I can do with our new catalog is a wildcard search. So One example is that we have a growing collection of German family histories called Ortsippenbuch or Ortsfamilienbuch. So these words can be very tricky to spell. So if you start to type them in, um, suggestions will appear. So if you see one that matches what you're looking for, you can click on one of those. Um, but you can also type in the first few words here and then do an asterisk and then hit search. So, oops. So that will bring up 134 results. So it'll bring up everything that has those first few letters in it that we typed in. So it brings up the full listing of the Ortsfamilienbuch that we have. So that's kind of an overview of using the Genealogy Center catalog. There are a lot of opportunities to do advanced searching. The ability to add items to a list is brand new, so that's something that we're very excited about. But it's um, it's an easy way to search our catalog, find what you're looking for, find physical books that we have in our collection, and digital items as well. So we definitely invite you to play around on our website, play around in the catalog, and see what you can find. And we're also here to answer any questions that you have. So that brings us to the end for this evening.